In this video I'm going to take a look at how I would go about drawing a stopped housing joint. Now the stopped housing joint, if you were to draw it while it's all together, it wouldn't look like very much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go about drawing an exploded isometric view of it. I'm starting here by drawing the square across on the top, the two squares across on the top and 8 down, and project these down. I'm going to go down 5 and 2 and another 5. So I have 12 squares in total the whole way down, and using isometric grid paper. Square these off using the parallel lines of 30 degrees, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in 1 square from the edge, and then I'm going to draw out the 1 square depth for the actual housing. If you've already drawn the actual true housing, this should be easy enough to get to this stage here. And the only difference is that it doesn't come the whole way out onto the edge, where you might want to conceal it in a shelf or something like that there, where it doesn't break the line of the joint. So there we have the housing part. The other piece which is to go into it now is just a minor alteration to a rectangular piece. But to line this up, first of all, I want to take from where the edge would be on this and extend it out. You can see I have my face side, face edge, and the wood. So where you would see the edge projected, that's where I'm drawing my line now, as if it was a complete piece. And I'm going to count my 10 squares across here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just measure 1 square in the depth here from the edge and draw a line parallel to the edge there. And just double checking on my sizes. And using parallel lines again, I'm going to just take a small corner off that rectangular piece. You can see the rectangular piece has been drawn there, and you can see 1 square in from the edge. So I'll go about highlighting that now, and the only difference is just the little piece that's been cut out of the corner here. You can see that there. And as usual, try and draw all the lines in one direction, as your lines will probably improve as they go along as well. And that's our piece B. There was a shelf or something like that there, and a little bit of end grain. Now I'm going to draw the setting out of the piece. Start by just drawing a 30-degree line, go to the depth of 2 squares, and measure out 8 squares, I think it was, that I used in that there, and measure in 1. Then I'm going to, on piece A, because we're coming over 5, 2 and 5, so just count those in a little mark there of where they are. You don't need to write in the dimensions. I'm going to allow for 3 squares of waste in between, and then the overall length of 10 on the piece, and 1 for the waste at the end. So just to outline the block as we would usually do in these sketches, if you've looked at some of the earlier sketches, and highlight the outline of that block, and we can start to use then our guides then of each of the different dimensions that are up here. So I can put in my 1 square of waste, do that on both ends. We'd have piece in A and B separated, those 3 squares that I used there. You wouldn't normally be measuring that there, but just for the sake of the proportions here, I'm coming in the 1 square there. There'll be a gauge line along there for where we have to cut it. Taking out of the piece in your face side, face edge on piece B. Then on piece A, we want to put in where the trench is going to be. It doesn't extend the whole way out to the end, so I'm measuring that 1 square back in and put in my waste as well. And there's a process for taking out the trench for that, and my end grain. And that's piece A, face side, face edge. Setting out of the piece.